too high. All right, so I have my dough ready. It should have, gotten significantly bigger, doubled in size. And what we want to do is now, if you did it overnight and it was cold in the refrigerator, then you need to let it sit on the counter for like an hour so it comes up to temperature. But what we're going to do is we're going to punch it down. Now, we're not violently doing this because remember I said it's alive, right? We don't want to like do anything crazy to it. We're just kind of gently taking our fist and just pressing that extra air out. Okay? All right. And, oh, don't have my flour. Hold on. Okay, so we want to make sure we have some flour on our surface and some for your rolling pins to spread that out really well. Okay, so what I like to do, I'm getting the dough out, is I like to take it and just sort of set it down on the flour and then flip it over. So I've got some flour on both sides, sort of spread it out, okay? And I'm going to tilt the screen down. So what we're going to try to do here is, remember I said earlier, it's good if you have a ruler because we're going to try to roll this out to, let me double check the numbers. I told you I can't keep numbers in my mind for very long. We're going to roll this out and you want it to be 12 inches by 18 inches. Okay, so like if you have a ruler, this is the 12 inches, so that's going to be this way is 12, and then the other way is going to be 18. Now, I have a little bit less dough than what you're working with, so mine's not going to be quite as big. But I will say, if you're trying to roll this out and it's really like shrinking back and you're like really having to fight it, what you can do is just take like a dish towel, cover the dough, leave it for like 10 minutes and then come back to it. Sometimes the gluten needs to rest like a little bit, so if it's really like fighting you, then just pause the video, let it rest for 10 minutes and come back to it. All right, so I'm going to tilt this down so you can, actually I'm going to bring it up here so you can see better what I'm doing. Okay, so we are trying to get it into a rectangle, so I like to kind of try to start it off into a more rectangular shape. It's a little bit like playing with Play-Doh, right? All right. So I'm going to go back and forth this way. I'm going to turn it this way, rolling it out. Like I said, if it's really like fighting you and it's getting stretched out, it's like bouncing back, just leave it for 10 minutes. Okay. Now, this is where I always struggle. It's like keeping it in a rectangle. So I'm going to kind of smush it with my hands a little bit, pull my corners. Keep going. I think mine's going to probably be more like 12 inches instead of 18, 12 by, I don't know. It's going to be a little smaller because I have a little bit less dough than you guys. Okay. Let's see what mine's looking like. Yeah, that's what I thought. It might be about 12. So yours should be 12 going this way, and then it should be 18. So it'll be bigger than mine. Okay? So if you need to keep going with that, then you can pause the video and work on that a little bit. Okay? And I'm actually, you know what? Actually, I'm going to start a new video for our next step. Okay? So this one doesn't get too long. So make sure you have that in your 12 by 18 before you come back, and then we'll do the butter and we'll do the filling and cut it, roll it up and cut it.